Make it quick.
Okay, so we're back for this. This will be our last segment here. College football. I want to say this. I understand we have preseason rankings, so we can have something to talk about and kind of piece everybody in the metric, in the college football metric. I understand that. With that being said, when you have LSU playing the way that it did on Saturday, beating a Texas team who's supposed to be good, who's up and coming, who actually I have winning the Big 12, and now LSU is ranked third. They're ranked third. What do they have?
They're fourth.
They're fourth.
Northwest.
They're fourth. So this is what I don't understand. You're still using these rankings based on what you think they're going to do. But you look at Alabama, who is now ranked, I think they're one or maybe two, who have played Duke, and then you played New Mexico State, and you still have LSU below them. Why don't you rank these teams based on what they have done, not what we think they're going to do? So in my opinion, I think the rankings go like Clemson, Alabama. Who's three on there?
Three is.
Who do you have three this week?
Three is Georgia.
Georgia, who played another no-brainer this weekend.
Right.
Then you have LSU, and then you have Oklahoma, then you have Ohio State.
I love
it. I'm not a fan of the rankings just yet. I think we should have zero rankings, wait till week 6, and then rank them based upon who you have played. So what I'm trying to say is your strength of schedule matters.
Yep.
If you're playing like Alabama did New Mexico State,
right,
who I don't even know if they're a Division I school.
Yep.
I think they're an FCS school, unless they played like in the Sun Belt or the WAC conference.
Right.
Really? And you're winning 50-0 at halftime.
This Saturday is a waste. It's a waste.
And this is me. College football is my number one sport. I love college football. I want to see better games and better products on the field. Now, the Clemson and A&M was super hyped up, which I understand because it's literally one of the two best games this weekend.
Right.
But A&M, again, as I said in last week's show, is going to lay an egg because they've never really lived up to their own hype. Granted, they're in the SEC. They were ranked 12 this past weekend. Everyone's like, oh, watch out. A&M's going they're up and coming. But then again, they dropped the ball. They didn't score a touchdown. I think they lost like 27 or 35-3 or something like that. Yeah, that. I think you picked A&M because you were in your hype. I understand that, right?
My wife was there.
I understand that. With that being said, then you have Ohio State going on and taking on a Cincinnati team, blowing them out 35-0. Should they drop in the rankings? Yes. Hear that first from me. I think they should. I read my Ohio State blogs. I'm an Ohio State nerd. Everyone's like, why do they drop to 6 in the rankings? I don't understand that. You should understand that. Stop being in your own hype, Ohio State fans. I know college football fans are crazy in their hype. Alabama's always in their hype. Clemson's always in their hype. What I'm trying to say here is, back to my original point, let the games play out a little bit and then rank these teams, okay? I think you're going to have a better ranking system than that. Also, at the end of the season, so for example, last year, Alabama, yes, you earned your way into the college football playoffs, but your strength of schedule is horrible. Since you're already ranked number 1, even if you would have lost, you would have dropped down very far anyway. I think it's unfair for teams that actually try to play better teams. You need to come up with a little bit of a better system. That's all.
I love it. Everything he said, the No Hype Zone, we're starting a campaign for the college playoffs to be 16 teams. I don't know if you feel that, but what he just said, if you start off with nobody being ranked, you force teams to
play better teams.
You look at this Saturday schedule lineup; it's a wasted Saturday.
It is.
I went from 2 Saturdays being hyped up about college football.
I don't even know who's playing this weekend.
It's Big City versus Cupcakes. It's all cup. It's no good games. The game that's closest to anything is the South Carolina game. It's South Carolina Alabama. And that game, and I don't even know why I even said that. That's only because I think of South Carolina. Make a long story short, to bring this thing, land the plane, we start off with no ranking. Strength of schedule determine whether or not you get ranked. At the middle of October or even towards
week 6, like week 5 or something like that.
You go ahead, now the committee gets together and they put 16 teams who's ranked, and at this point in time, you start your bowl season as of November 1st, and you let each bowl lead into a bigger bowl. And if you lose, you can go off and play a bowl that's not part of the route to go to the national championship, but at least you're giving 16 teams a chance that if you win, you advance. If you lose, then you go ahead and play for the Sampaniwadi Bowl that doesn't really mean anything.
Beef O'Grady's
because
bowl.
You got to make that sponsor make some money.
Right.
So if you do this, college football is exciting. Every week, everybody's talking about football. It doesn't have that drop. When it comes time for the bowl games, you like, who is this guy? Because you forgot about him because they ain't played or somebody gets injured. So I love Weedle's breakdown. That's all I got to say. I dropped the mic.
Just like you said, there's really no buzz for college football this weekend, and I think that's bad for the product that they put out there. If college football is trying to make money, and if the TV shows or the channels that show the games aren't going to make a lot of revenue, because when you have a game that's 54-0 at halftime, I'm switching the channel.
Right.
I understand it's like, hey, it's a big money grab for the universities, because when you have these the Marys of the Poor and Chandler Mudhawks playing, the Alabamas of the world, they get paid $1 million to come to their school to get schlacked, basically.
The school gets paid. My father made a great point. He played for, I think, Minnesota Vikings, and he played college ball. He said, you go out there and you bust your tail. You do 2 a days, 3 a days, left and right, just to go out there in your first 2 or 3 games. You play a team that you shouldn't even be touching, just to destroy your everything. Yeah. Now, if you just want to destroy the kids' egos or destroy their spirits, then just say that. That's what this game is. But don't make the game seem like it's a real game. You do a practice like that if you want to. Right. You don't waste my Saturday in the TV time and people paying to go see something that's really a glorified practice.
Right.
It's a waste of time, and those kids, to me, they don't need that. The universities make money, but if I'm out there doing these 3 days and I'm going to, like you said, Chandler Gilbert, and I'm out here busting myself left and right, then I got to go up against ASU, who has the top players in all of the nation. Why am I on the field with these guys?
Yep.
What do I have to prove?
Couple of notes. My alma mater, University of Buffalo, kept it close at halftime against 15th ranked Penn State. They were actually leading 10-7 at halftime, but then got blown out 45-14 eventually. Washington, who lost 75% of their starters on both offense and defense, was ranked. Lost to an unranked Cal team, which is surprising. And mark my words, you're hearing it on the No Hype Zone. Watch out for Maryland football. They got a coach from Alabama who's an offensive genius. They look efficient. They destroyed a 21-ranked Syracuse team last week. Now Maryland is in the top 25 now, ranked 21. Watch out for Maryland. I'm an Ohio State nerd. I'm now nervous about that game. Seeing them play this weekend and watching the highlights, they look good and efficient. They got a two-headed monster at running back. Watch out for Maryland. That's the big news for that I took from this weekend. And Clemson's really good on offense, as we all know. I think that's all I got. Oregon won 66-10 against Nevada.
Herbert is out there. Herbert's good, but he's out the talk right now. England, I don't know if he's going to be in the talk, even though they lost. The quarterback from Texas. I can never say his
Ellinger.
And when I say Ellinger, then I think England. Then when I say anyway,
I think Texas will be back next week. They play the Red River rivalry is soon.
LSU is scary.
That'll be a good game.
LSU is scary. Those receivers are for real with LSU. They are.
But now they have a quarterback. Finally, they've always had athletes on their squad, but never had a quarterback. And now they finally have a quarterback. He looked really efficient. Joe Burrow, ex-Ohio State guy.
Burrow.
So watch out for LSU, which would be good because finally maybe Alabama can have a foe, essentially, because last year they won all their games with 20-plus points. They can have somebody kind of like give them some kind of adversity. Hopefully LSU can do that this year.
Yeah.
Because that'll be then a really good game. Because we talk about rivalries. There hasn't been a rivalry Alabama and LSU in a couple of years because Alabama's won like the last 8 years.
It's like the Bears and the Packers. It's like really no rivalry.
It's like Ohio State and Michigan. It's not a rivalry when you win 17 years in a row.
All the people in Michigan love you saying that. So anyway, hype, no hype. I really enjoyed today's show. I think we brought it. We was able to knock out a lot of different things, and we hope that you enjoyed today's show. Let us know that you enjoyed today's show by hitting like right down there and subscribe to the No Hype Zone and share it. Make sure that you get it on out to people. Want to thank everybody who listens to the show and supports us. My boy's gonna be going to Buffalo.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna try to do a show next week. I'm in Buffalo. He's going to be here. We're going to try to do like FaceTime,
Hey,
something,
Mom and Dad,
something.
we
We're going to try to.
when y'all watching the show, hi y'all.
We're going to try to make it work in some way, shape, or form. So
We're gonna make it
we're
work.
done.
All right, enjoy the games, y'all.
I
See
guess.
y'all later.
Yep.